Hey guys, it's Luca from FoilMagicCards.com, and today I want to do kind of a market update in terms of what's going on with the old frame foils. So, old frame foils is what we specialize in, what we watch the most, and how do I kind of judge how the market's doing? What I like to do is I like to look at the rares and see how are their prices moving, and I like to look at kind of like the average price of a rare for a given set. I also like to look at the supply. Supply dynamics can be a little tricky because, for example, if a lot of people suddenly list cards on TCG Player, the supply is going to go up. Does that necessarily mean anything? Does it mean the cards are becoming more or less rare? Or maybe if someone just buys a bunch of cards, the supply will go down. So supply is kind of it's what we call a proxy. So it's kind of like a best guess or a best estimate of what we're really trying to measure. But in general, I've got this data here. So what we do is we scrape TCG Player. For supply, we basically just very simply count how many near mint foil copies are available for each rare. So for example, in Mercadian Mask in April, there was 3.31 of each foil rare available in near mint, and now there's 3.77. So it's about a 15% increase or something in supply. For Urza's Legacy, it's almost the same. For Urza's Destiny, it's gone up a little bit. And in general, it seems like there's been kind of a slight increase. The most drastic is Nemesis. Nemesis is seeing quite a big increase in supply and quite a big decrease in price. What does that tell me? That tells me that probably someone just bought everything out of Nemesis at some point. But I think it's probably around like the $10, $15, $20 range. They bought everything out. And now they're I think now they're getting spooked and trying to collect profits. That'd be my guess. And so they're listing a bunch of stuff and trying to sell it to make some profit off of their initial investment. Do I think that's wise if that's what's going on? No, I don't think so, because I think if you wait a few years, the Nemesis prices are going to be worth way more. I don't think now is like the time to sell, but so that's kind of what's going on in general. Some other notable things. It seems like Urza's Destiny increased a good amount from 256 to 322. For average price. I'll also mention that when we calculate the average price, what we do is for each given rare in the set, we go find the lowest near mint listing for that rare, and we kind of just add in that price to the average. So, if someone's listed something for $1,000, but there's another one for $100, the $1,000 doesn't count in our data. Only the $100 counts, because we only look at the lowest near mint price foil. So yeah. I'd say, if I had to interpret this data, there's lots of different ways to interpret it, but if I had to interpret it, I would say that, the fact that we've seen Bitcoin lose half its value, we've seen the stock market crash, I don't know, 20, 30%, something like that. The fact that the supply has only increased a tiny bit here, and the fact that the prices have been actually on average like pretty steady, to me says that when more liquidity is pumped in the system, like who knows what's going to happen. Maybe the Fed will start loosening the balance sheet. Maybe stimulus checks will be handed out. If there's any kind of change in monetary policy, kind of like what we saw when COVID came, if that shift happens again, I think that the foil prices are going to skyrocket, honestly. The reason I say that is because given this period of time where we've had such tightening of liquidity, the prices haven't gone down much, which basically is telling me that the people that have bought these foils, either as collectors or investors, during a market downturn, they don't sell. They just hold on to it. And also similarly, the people that have their stuff listed and it's not selling, they don't really lower their prices. So if during a market downturn people aren't really willing to lower their prices and people aren't really willing to sell, that to me says kind of like the diamond hands thing is going on, where people are like pretty confident in where this is going in the future. And if you can just imagine a future where people start picking these things up on a regular basis, the supply is going to really kind of shrivel, and yeah, the supply will dry up and prices should go up a lot. So that's kind of my interpretation. Take it with a grain of salt. Obviously, I'm biased, right? I own a bunch of these cards, so maybe I'm biased thinking they're going to go up, and maybe it's kind of hopium. But yeah, I just think this is good data to look at, and I'm gonna keep updating this probably like once a week or once a month, something like that, and just keep seeing like what's happening to the prices. The prices should keep going up, right? Ideally, as an investor in this space, you would hope that the prices would keep going up, and you would also hope that maybe the supply keeps going down a little bit. Meaning that kind of the copies that are available keep getting picked up, picked up, picked up, and there's less and less left. Kind of like what we saw in Alpha Beta Unlimited stuff, over the past 5-10 years. So that's it for the video. I don't want to ramble too much. I'm Luca from FoilMagicCards.com, and I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I hope to see you guys in another video.